Yo, what's up guys? This is Rise and welcome to another video. Today we're looking at Armarouge in the Go Battle League, a Pokemon I am just learning about. It runs Incinerate, Flame Charge, and Psyshock, and we're going to see Very Fallible, a multi-time submission artist on the channel, go to work hopefully with this Armarouge. I am just sounding it out, my friends. If it's pronounced another way, so be it. But he's pairing Armarouge with Galarian Weezing and a Shadow Gallade. Here we go. Game number 1 here in the Ultra League. You know what? We're going to save Editor Chris some time in the production truck and make the swap right there. You didn't see anything. Brutal Swing is going to be resisted on Galarian Weezing. And Galarian Weezing going to fire off a Brutal Swing of its own. A brutal battle, if you will, among these two Pokemon. And here we go. Armarouge swapping in to greet this Clefable. The Fire Psychic typing going to help it in this matchup. Moonblast. Wait. Okay, no, it just confused me for a second. It's the text isn't showing up. I'm like, wait, that's not neutral. That's right. The text is kind of wacky at the moment. Not showing up for super effective charge moves correctly. Psyshock going to connect, knock out Clefable, and Ampharos is going to be forced to throw a move here. Brutal Swing would definitely knock out, being super effective from this range. I'm surprised how much the resisted Moonblast did, to be honest. That did quite a bit. Brutal Swing coming through from G-Weezy onto Ampharos, and that grabs the Protect Shield. Another move coming through from Ampharos, and Brutal Swing not going to be enough to take out Weezing. I like throwing after one Fairy Wind here, throwing in between that Volt Switch for proper timing, and grabs the second Protect Shield. They really want to get rid of Weezing. Now it's Gallade against the world, but this is where Gallade excels. There is no charge move. Well, I shouldn't say that. Close combat's still going to do a lot, but do you want to debuff yourself early? I think you might be okay with that because it looks like Very Fallible is confident. Boom, and this damage understands that he can simply shield, Psycho Cut down, and fire off a move at the Ampharos. Has two moves if necessary, but one close combat is all you're gonna need here. Close combat coming through, knocks out the Ampharos and secures a Game 1 victory for Very Fallible. Nicely done, Gallade. First time we're seeing the Shadow Gallade in the Ultra League on the channel, I believe. Very, very cool. Next opponent. Here we go. Gonna see a shiny Gliscor in the lead. Gliscor, a fun pick. I have a Shadow Gliscor I like to run myself in the Ultra League. And we're gonna see Play Rough connect onto the Gliscor. Now this is where things get tricky. Do you call the bait? Gonna call the bait. And it's just the Night Slash. What a call. What a call. Going for the Brutal Swing now. I don't think this will be quite enough to knock out, but it'll be close. And it actually does grab the shield. Was that even enough for Earthquake? I'm not sure. It was. Clearly was enough. In comes Armarouge. And Gliscor going to fire off a move. I wasn't personally counting. Just a Night Slash. So could have tanked it, but wouldn't have been comfy. I'm going to fire off the Flame Charge. Don't know if this was necessary, but maybe it was to avoid taking a Night Slash. And gonna vamp up that attack. What's going to come in to greet Armarouge? Poliwrath. This is not that good for Poliwrath. You're gonna resist the counter damage. You also can dish out the super effective Psyshock. And look how much damage that does. Poliwrath's gonna fire off a move. Now you have your options. Do you let it go? Gonna decide for the 2-on-1 fast break here. Psyshock coming through. Would probably prefer to grab a shield here. And does so now. Gallade. When shields are down, Gallade is going to go to town. This can only be a Thunder Punch or a Brutal Swing. That's not going to be quite enough. One Psycho Cut. Close combat. Shadow on shadow damage coming through. Bang, bang, boogie. Shadow Gallade, 2 games out of 2 games with the closer role. And this was supposed to be an Armarouge showcase, but right now Gallade is kind of stealing the show. So we'll see how things carry on. Armarouge. Yeah, let me know in the comments how many of you guys already knew about Armarouge. Am I the only one that didn't know? Are you guys all Pokemon experts? Up to date on your Pokemon knowledge? We've got G-Weezy against a Pidgeot here. Charge attack priority. This is ideal because it's before you potentially get Feather Dance debuffed. So you get a nice hard-hitting Play Rough to land onto the Pidgeot. They go for the Feather Dance. Gonna stay in with Weezing, which is an interesting play. Is this straight Feather Dance? Oh, Aerial Ace. Wow, so they reveal they don't even have Brave Bird. Swaps into Armarouge. I think you definitely let this go no matter what. They've already revealed they don't have a hard-hitting move. They're going to debuff the Armarouge and then come in with a Golisopod. Here we see Flame Charge going to get one of those attack stages back with the buff. But these Shadow Claws are hitting for super effective damage. X-Scissor would hit for neutral. Aerial Ace would hit for neutral. Aerial Ace, not going to be enough to knock out, but actually provides Golisopod with better farm. In comes G-Weezy. Lots of energy stored on the Weezing. Brutal Swing grabs the final Protect Shield. Oh, no, sorry, they still have one. Gonna fire off the Play Rough now. Does this grab the final Protect Shield? Yes, it does. Now it's all up to Gallade. Gallade Sweeper. Can it do it for the third time in a row? Aerial Ace grabs the shield. We see Pidgeot come back, going for a big farm. Oh, but they let Pidgeot get to a move. And a Feather Dance, but they went for the Aerial Ace instead. They could have reached Feather Dance, but they went for Aerial Ace instead. Now there is no debuff onto the Gallade. Oh my gosh, there is a Poliwrath. There is a Poliwrath. You can safely double up here. You can safely double up, and that's exactly what we're going to see from Very Fallible. Double Leaf Blade incoming. First one knocks out Poly. Second one gonna knock out the Pod. And Leaf Blade connects. Oh, doesn't knock out Pod. Oh, it lived in the catch. The wherewithal from Very Fallible makes the game-winning catch. And that is going to be a GG. To be fair, from the opponent's perspective, you couldn't have farmed down the Weezing anyway. You kind of had to throw, so pretty safe catch, actually. But it looked pretty sick. Major style points. At least like 35 style points there. Salamanca. It's like Hector Salamanca in Breaking Bad, right? The next opponent here. G-Weezy versus Giratina. The back line is going to struggle against Giratina. So this is where you want to see it. Without a doubt. And just going to fire off the Brutal Swing. The cheaper move. Hits for super effective. It won't be enough to two-shot Gira. Oh, but grabs a shield. That's amazing. Gonna respect the next Shadow Sneak here with the shield. Understands that Gira's gonna be really difficult for the backline to deal with. So wants to try and get rid of it with the Weezing here. Which shouldn't be too much of an issue. Going for the Brutal Swing. This time they call it. And going to fire on the charge attack priority. I think Gira might barely hang on here. It'll be close. They decide to shield. And will we see Weezing shield? We will not. Weezing should live a Shadow Sneak here to get to another charge attack. And that is exactly what's going to happen. Now it might be enough to knock out after a couple of those Fairy Winds connected. And G-Weezy just took a shield plus switch advantage. Does get locked on down. But Armarouge going to love this matchup here. Can only be hit for neutral damage from a Zap Cannon, and going to respect that damage. Now we're going to see the Flame Charge coming through. Registeel should outpace to the next Zap Cannon, so let's see how this trainer is going to play this. Should be able to survive it. Oh! Goes for the Psyshock instead. Okay. Anticipates that this will knock out. It doesn't knock out. Oof, that's tough. That is tough. Zap Cannon connects, but should still be fine here. Should still be fine. A Scald will do considerable damage to Gallade, but I don't think it'll knock out before a second Leaf Blade. So I think you're still fine if you're Very Fallible. I think you're still fine. I wonder if he was anticipating like a catch, and that's why he went for the Psyshock. Leaf Blade connects, and that is going to be A G to the G. Just needed one more Psycho Cut for the Reggie. Very nicely done. Is cruising through these battles. Oh my gosh, this video's gone so fast. This video has flown by. I think there's only one more battle. Next opponent is Zhao. I wonder if they are Portuguese or Brazilian, maybe. Positive lead. We see the Feraligatr swap. This doesn't seem super comfortable for Gallade against a regular Feraligatr. The Shadow Claws are going to add up, and... I wonder how this is going to play out. Gallade, of course, is going to outpace. It doesn't look like Feraligatr is quite going to reach the third Hydro. They do put up the shields to get Gallade's second shield. I can't really tell. I wonder if Feraligatr gets to another 2, 3, 4, 5. Wow, doesn't get there. Got knocked out right as it reached the next Hydro Cannon. Close combat, double resisted, but provides less farm. In comes Emp, met by Armarouge. Yeah, because this looks kind of bad. This looks kind of bad. Let's see how much a Hydro Cannon does. Luckily, the Steel Wings are resisted, so they do so little. Oh, man, but still a lot. Still enough where the Hydro Cannon is going to put it into farm down range. We see the shields come up, and this looks like it's game over because the Steel Wings are going to chunk. Hydro Cannon's going to chunk, and honestly, you're going to need to unload 2 Brittle Swings to get rid of this Empoleon. And at that point, the Giratina is going to be too healthy for G-Weezy to deal with, despite being a positive matchup. Carbink for the road as the GBL research reward. Let me know any thoughts on the GBL research rewards this season. Sometimes people ask me what I think about them, and I'm such a noob. I don't like pay too much attention to them. But gets a Carbink as a reward, and very fallible, of course, with another very fun submission. Shadow Gallade, I think, put in the most work, but we will keep the featured Pokemon as Armarouge because of its uniqueness and the fact that you don't see it very often. It must be a new addition to the game and the Go Battle League. So thank you guys so much for watching. If you did enjoy this video, hit that like button, subscribe to the channel. If you are new here, comment down below. All comments are appreciated. They help out the YouTube algorithm. And all that said, thank you so much for watching. I hope to see you in the next one. Peace.